move my keyboard out of the way so that we have room to craft. So what we're going to do today are napkin cards, and something else that I have experimented with and tried, and I'm gonna show it to you and see what creative things you guys can be doing as well. If you're joining us, drop a chat. I would love to know who you are and where you're from. And with that, I'll go ahead and get started. So for your cards today, all you would need is some cardstock, or I also have some index cards if you've got some smaller designs, and some glue, which I'm going to use two different kinds. I've got my liquid glue, which is art glitter glue, the only liquid glue that I use, and a glue stick, which I'm not a big fan of glue sticks, but for this it works really well. And I am going to use this Craft Bond extra strength glue stick. Yes, that. And I have also used this disappearing purple washable school glue stick. Oh, say that 5 times fast. And it works very well. Only thing is, if you have a white napkin, sometimes the purple doesn't disappear all the way, despite it being called disappearing purple. So I like to use the Craft Bond glue better. So I wanted to show you a couple of things that I have already done so that you can see what's possible. First, I had some happy birthday napkins that I put on some cardstock. I found this adorable bunny, and only part of them would fit on my card since I make smaller cards. But you can see right here, this spot right here, that's the purple that didn't disappear all the way. So if you use white, use the Craft Bond glue instead. I have some napkins that had like a marbly look to them, and the part of it had gold going through it, and the other part of the napkins was just regular, like a gray marble. So I've got that too. And then I have something else that I have started using, which we will use today, and I'll show you how I did it, is I use tissue paper. You can use tissue paper, not just napkins. How cool is that? So I did this one first, and you can see if I tilt it this way, I ran it through my embosser. And so it just says happy birthday all over it. So it's got some texture to it as well. And then this one, this is just ready to go on a card. I haven't glued it to a card yet, but this one I ran through an embosser as well. This is some gold tissue paper that my daughter had given me in a gift. And I was like, we're going to try it. So I tried it. The other side of it is silver, so I want to try doing one with silver too. And then I said, what else is there to use? And wrapping paper. You can use wrapping paper too. I did not run this one through the embosser. You could, I'm sure. I don't see any reason why you couldn't run it through the embossing machine, but I just didn't yet. So with that, let's go ahead and make a card. So I've got this Cheers card, napkin. It's a napkin, not a card yet, that I'm going to use. And the first thing you do is you open it up all the way. And some napkins are multiple layers, so you have to see if it's multiple layers, and if it is, you need to separate them. This one looks like it's all, oh, nope, it's 2 layers. They tried to trick me. Okay, so very carefully, You don't want to rip your napkin. I like to do it face down and pull the other piece away. And we're going to do this little cheers part over here. And I'm going to use one of my index cards. It'll be perfect. And I'll be able to, I'm going to cut this down just a little bit. Ooh, sorry if that's noisy. All right, so we're at 5. I'm going to cut it down to 4.5. Let's see if that puts it. I want the cheers part. Yep. All right, there we go. Ooh, that's noisy. Sorry. Okay, first things first. I got to put glue on our index card or glue cardstock, whatever you want to use. But index cards work really well too. Get our craft bond glue, which I know it opens because I opened it earlier. All right, and we're going to glue all over it, it being the index card. All right. And I put a piece of paper down between gluing and my workspace so that the glue wouldn't still be there when I tried to put my napkin down. But when I put this down, I want to make it so that there is space around the outside. So over here, I didn't go all the way to the edge, and I did that on purpose so that we have space to work. So I'm going to cut this. And if you're watching, let us know where you're watching from. I'd love to know where you're watching from and who you are, all that fun stuff. Have you ever made a napkin card before? Ooh, that went way off to the side. All right, can't cut while being watched. All right, now I'm going to put the cap on my glue stick so that I don't lose all the stickiness to it. And I'm going to use my liquid glue. And all I'm going to do is just put some glue down on my index card. And carefully, because it is a napkin and you're working with wet glue, fold it over. There we go. All right, and we'll do the other side. All right. And again, very carefully. This is a very thin napkin. Add a little bit of glue here in my corner. Now I am going to, you can do this one of two ways. You can just fold over the edge like we did the other ones, or you can take the corner, put a little bit of glue like I have here, and fold it so that it creates the triangle, and then fold over the edge. So I'll do one side that way and show you what it looks like. All right, and then fold this over. All right, and so there's that edge, and then this edge will just glue down. Don't bother with the edges there. Which of course means I'm going to cut this a little bit because it overhangs. All right, and there we have it. Cheers! A card that's good for not just New Year's, but anniversary cards or whatever else you might want to do cards. Now, I could even run this through the embossing machine if I wanted to. Maybe I've got one with dots or something. I can look and see what I've got. Actually, I do have one with dots. It's humongous for this tiny little card, but it will work. So I'm going to run it through my embossing machine really quick. And I am back. And now it's all dotted. There we go. Can you see? Yeah, there you go. You can see. All right. So there's one card down. Or one card base we could make into a card. We could put it here on the red. And then I could use a white background of the card. That would look very pretty. I have some gold paper I could even put around it. I'll get my gold paper. Or even better, whew, went sliding with my chair. I have red cardstock that is shiny. We will cut this down instead. So I would love to know, have you ever made one of these cards before? Is this a new technique for you? Oh, that'll look pretty. Score my card here. We'll put it on a white card. You always want to do it so that the hill that you made on your scoreboard is on the inside of your card. Yeah, I can't fold a straight line either, which is why I have the score buddy and a boning folder, which is, I was going to say here in one of my drawers, but I don't know which one. All right. You can use double-sided tape instead of glue. You could, whatever you wanted to do. You could even use double-sided tape for the napkin part if you wanted to, I'm sure. I don't trust myself that much. I feel like I would rip my card or my napkin somehow. So And don't do that. All right. Now the hard part is, can I get it in the middle of the red? That's the hard part. All right. And we'll go ahead and glue this down, which will be much easier to put glue on because it's flat. My card base might be a little bit bigger than 4 and whatever it was. Let's see. I think I might need to trim it down some. Oh yeah. We'll trim it. All right. We'll trim this other side. There we go. And nobody would have known that that started as a napkin. All right, and I'm in the mood to just make a whole bunch of backgrounds. So I'm just going to do a few more. And let's see how they come out. So I've got, we can do spring. I've got some spring, Eastery, flowery kind of napkin. I'm pretty positive this has more than one layer to it. So let's see. Yeah, it does. All right. This one's a little bigger, so I could. Now, one thing I was going to see is if, well, it goes this way. Yeah, it depends on the color that you use on the inside. This red, you can see, would mute some of these colors. So red is probably not the best color to use for this particular one. So I will stick with white. I just need one. All right. So I saw Amanda in the chat. Who else do we have watching today? Go ahead and put some glue on my cardstock. You really want to make sure you get it all the way to the edge so that your napkin sticks to it. And it goes this way. Press it down. Hey Brenda, it's great to see you. I saw your comment on one of my other videos. I'm glad you were able to make it. If you haven't yet, I invite you to join our Facebook group where we make cards. We have some challenges in there, and when we get enough people, we can do some card swaps too. And that is card making - creating with Jazzy Bundles. And I'm just trimming a little bit around the edges so that I don't have quite so much bulk at the back. right, and use my other glue to glue this down. So how was your day today, Brenda? Did you have a good day? Amanda, how was yours? I was telling people earlier that mine was very long. I was on calls for 6 hours straight today. Very, very long day. So it's nice to just be able to craft for a little while. Ooh, you got to work on some cards. Nice. Ooh, a craft space for stained glass. That sounds exciting. Wouldn't even know what a craft space for glass, stained glass would look like. All right. Whoops. And there's that one with all the pretty flowers. All right. Let's see. I also have this really, really pretty blue napkin that I just had to try. I wanted to see what it looked like, so we'll open this one. I'm sure this is more than one layer. It is 2 layers. Cement floor, easy to sweep out, ventilation around, along with a chemical filter fan. So scoped out a piece of the garage. Oh, nice. Okay, my napkin is sticking to itself. Definitely sounds like something that should be in the garage. Definitely. Okay, I'm having a very difficult time getting this. There we go. Some of it is sticking to itself, which is causing an issue. All right. Goodness gracious. That was a lot. I don't even know why I'm trying. Okay, we won't need that spot anyways. Okay. So I'm going to use, we'll use a white index card again, but these are 5 inches long, so I'm going to cut some of it off, cut it down to 4 and 4. Let's see. Actually, 5 inches is fine, isn't it? That's not a good example. I don't think that one's the right size. Yeah, we'll cut off 1/4 inch. Make it 4 3/4 wide. All right. First things first, take my paper and add the glue. Make sure you get it really good around the edges. Hey, buddy. My husband just came home with the dog, so with one of the dogs. Hello, hello. Have to come in and investigate. All right. Sorry about all that commotion. All right. So what I was saying earlier, remember, is that you can do this with things other than napkins. And I'll do one that's not a napkin here in just a minute. And prove it to you. Glue this down real quick. All right. Glue the sides. And then I'll show you some of the other creative things that I started using today, or this week, I should say. Sorry, not today. Although I did do one today. All right. And there's a pretty blue background, which again, never would have known that was a napkin. You can run this through an embossing machine. And here's one that we did a few minutes ago on that where we put it through the embossing machine with the dots. Here's one. Here's two that I did with embossing machine. You can see the happy birthday on it, and this one with all the gears. Now these two are not napkins. These two are tissue paper, believe it or not. You can use tissue paper. So I've got some more happy birthday tissue paper. Put the pin back in my glue or else I won't be able to use it. All right. Take a piece of tissue paper. And we're going to use it just like we did the napkin. It's already one single piece because you just pulled off one piece of the napkin. I'll do an index card again. Glue. It down. Making sure to get the edges really good. And I can get this somewhat straight. Use tissue paper. All right. I'm sure there's other things like this that we can use on our cards creatively. This just makes me want to go like buy all the napkins and all the tissue paper that I can find. I literally went around my house earlier today to see if I could find any more tissue paper, but couldn't find anything that wasn't just plain white. Which I bet using the white and then running it through an embossing machine would be really, really pretty. So probably shouldn't have discounted the white so quickly. All right. Glue this down. Fold it over. Now, you don't have to fold it over. I like the clean edge that it gives when you fold it over. So you could just, where I was cutting and giving it an edge, you could cut it right up against your paper. But I really like the clean edge that it gives when you fold it over. Right. Alrighty. And the last side. And happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is. Oh, my camera is really crooked. That's very annoying. I don't want to move it too much. I don't want to disconnect. Okay. I wanted to try the other side of this gold tissue paper. This is the one that I did in the gold tissue paper here. My daughter gave me a gift and it had this tissue paper in it. And being a mom, I saved tissue paper, so I had it. But it's silver on the other side, so I want to try it with the silver on the outside and see what that's like. So let's give that a try. I'm going to do a bigger one this time. Ooh. Ooh. Almost forgot my paper. That was loud, sorry. Put my glue on. Really get it around the outsides. And I'll do the gold side, or the silver side rather. My desk just has like a whole bunch of napkins and tissue paper thrown over here on the side. You guys should see it. It's quite humorous. All right. Let's glue this down and see what it looks like. This tissue paper is a little bit thicker. So I noticed I had to put a little bit of weight to it. to hold it down. Okay. Doesn't like to be glued to itself. Hold on, we're going to add a lot more glue than that. In a second here, I'll show you some cards that I made over the last week. And there's videos for them, or will be, so that you can go and look at them, find them if you want to. All right. And it's really pretty. It's nice and silvery. I love it. So tissue paper, guys. You can use tissue paper, or you can use wrapping paper, which I used also. So tissue paper, napkins, wrapping paper, you can use all of it. So if you saw my TikTok today, I made this card and put it out. It's a sketch that I like to do, and I thought, usually though when I do it, I don't cut the V into the ends. I just leave it straight, but I thought with the chevron background that it'd be really cute with the tails cut in, so I cut the tails in. So this is one card. You can see it over on my TikTok, Creating with Jazzy Bundles. And then earlier today, I put a video out with shaker cards, and now I already had a different video out with shaker cards, how to do them with the foam tape and creating a pouch and all of that good stuff. But this one, I use the fuse tool. So if you have the fuse tool or would like to know how to use the fuse tool to make a shaker card, it worked really, really well, and they're not sticking to the sides or anything, so I really like that. Your oldest grandson is a teacher. 7 students graduating this year. Oh, that's very nice of you to make cards for them, Brenda. It's very sweet. And then a sneak peek at what's coming on Friday is an arrow fold card. Well, thank you, Brenda. That was this one here. I haven't finished decorating it yet. It'll be a St. Patrick's Day card for my mom, probably. But yeah, it was really easy too with the fuse tool. But these cards are arrow fold cards, and I know it looks a little difficult, but it's not. It's really simple once you figure out where you have to fold. And you don't need any embossing folders or die cuts or anything like that. You can do this all with something to score with, and a ruler and a pencil and some cardstock. And so I made 2 different ones. And the reason why I made 2 different ones is originally I was supposed to put the pattern that is on the outside here on the outside there, so that they had mix and matched papers, and I forgot and started gluing the same paper down. Whatever, it's not a big deal. They look good this way too, so you can mix them up. This video will be coming out on Friday, so keep an eye out for that. If you hit subscribe down below, and ring the little bell, it'll come out. Let's see. And then Monday, I had a pinwheel card come out, which I always thought looked really complicated and didn't want to ever do it because it looked so complicated. But I figured out that it's not that complicated. It just looks really intricate. So it's got gold flakes in it, but you can see the pinwheel effect going around in the circle. And I made this card, and the video is already out. It came out on Monday. So go look for that one if you want to see how to make those. And I think I have lots of videos over on my TikTok that I have been doing. Some of these are from for later in the week that come out. I did this cute one with circles. It's got circles around circles. I cut out little circles and put them around the big one. Thought that was really cute. But yeah, so those are the cards that I've been working on this week. I would love for you to join my Facebook group, Card Making - Creating with Jazzy Bundles. We do card sketches in there. We do challenges in there. We will do card exchanges once we get enough people in there to be able to do one. So I would love to have you in there if you have not already joined the group. And that might be it for tonight. Does anybody have any questions? It's okay if you don't. All right. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. It's 7:45 already, and I'm hungry. So I'm going to go get me some dinner and probably go to bed early tonight. I really appreciate you guys joining into my live today, and I had a great time with you. And I hope that you will take your new creative things that you learned and make some cool cards, and I would love to see them. So you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.